I think we're live.
People.
If you hit all the right buttons.
Did we get it going? What's up, everybody? All
two people. No, Billy, you didn't miss anything yet. We're just logging on. What's up, Kelly? Corey. Nice. Bobby. I like the team. And then Mom was the first one. You're the first one up, Mary.
Let's go.
Oh, there he is, late to the party.
Hey. You made it.
Fashionably late.
I was here and I was not.
So let's do this here. Just for purposes of our official intro here. Hey! Whoa! Hey!
The star of the show right there.
Go! Hey!
Hey, drinking a wine cooler.
I know. You should have really highlighted that one too.
The toilet paper roll, man, that's really where it's at.
All right, guys, that's our somewhat intro, I guess. I mean, we'll have to clean it up a little bit. You know what I mean?
We'll get our shit together. Stuff.
We'll have the right date on it, and and stuff in the future. But
yeah.
Hey, welcome everybody. Thanks for tuning in. We got Corey, Bobby, Kelly, Billy, Mary. It looks like a few other folks tuning in. 16 in the first 6 minutes, guys.
Wow, I feel bad for all you guys.
We're going places. You guys really have nothing to do with your lives. It's obvious.
Yeah, it's so good. Come join us because we don't either.
Exactly. Well, guys, we're gonna jump right into it. We got a few things we're talking about this week. First up, we're going to talk about manscaping a little bit. Next, we're going to talk about the PPP program info. Mark and I have been balls deep in the PPP program and applications and the whole thing. We want to share some information, especially for the crew. But if you're a small business owner as well, some of this info may help. Hey, Ann, what's up, Ann? And then lastly, we're going to talk a little bit about these protesters around San Diego County and Denver, and share some thoughts. And we have some fun stuff. We're talking about some serious stuff here, but we're also gonna have fun and make jokes. So don't take us too seriously because we don't take ourselves very seriously. Right, Shaggy?
I mean, speak for yourself, man. I'm an expert.
So, guys, quick roundabout. What have you been up to, Rye?
Hey. So after the show last week, next day I woke up not feeling right. Everyone kind of in the house started kind of flaring up, which sucked. And then that night, about midnight, I'm laying there and having a hard time breathing, and I'm like, it never happened in my life. I'm sitting there like, what's going on? I'm like, I'm gonna have to take off. But I messaged a few of my guys that are working in the hospitals. Shout outs to them. And so I've been sick all week, dealing with some weird stuff going on. But I'm good. Everyone here is good on the house front. Not drinking.
Nothing to do with you doing karaoke till 3:30 in the morning. Drinking.
No, that might have sparked it. Yeah, my last drink was last Wednesday. We went hard that night before that. It just might be that.
Could be.
Could be the karaoke curse.
It could be. Mark, what have you been up to, dude? Hey, how's your talk a little bit about your diet, dude? How are you doing with your diet?
Still on it. I'm still going strong. Completely.
So what is it?
It's plant-based. I don't eat any meats, cheese, any animal byproducts. So I'm just completely 100% just completely plant-based, and it's not as crazy as it sounds. I mean, you eat a lot of like pasta and veggies and all kinds of stuff, and I feel great. I mean, I feel great and healthy from it. That's for sure. I feel lighter. Like, I think my breakdancing is going to be even a step up now that I've been on this plant-based diet.
Well, you got a compliment too after the last. I don't know if you guys saw it, but Mark was being compared to. I'm not familiar with the guy, but he's being compared to an actor.
Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah.
Well,
What?
Yeah.
I mean, he's a little crazy, but I'll take that. No, and for the record, Shaggy. So I did not make it off the island of Ocean Beach this week. So I didn't make it over to San Marcos, but I think I made a choice that Shaggy'd be fine with. I stopped into Pizza Port and grabbed myself a growler of the Jetty IPA.
You can never go wrong with Pizza Port IPAs, man.
Yeah, so that's what I guess we normally start with that. That's what I'm consuming right now.
So Billy wants to know no beer, Mark. So
Just
you're not
clarified, man. Jetty IPA.
Beer, there's no animal byproduct in beer.
Yeah, so he's plant-based, Billy.
There are some beers do actually either gelatin or fish swim bladder. So not all beer is vegan.
Yeah.
Ooh, all right.
And then you also have yeast. Yeast is technically a living organism. So some people don't consider drinking beer vegan. It's
Well,
Mark, you're cheating.
Way too extreme. I'll
You're
never.
a cheater.
That's where he draws the line.
But you know what? I'm gonna start calling him Billy No jokes.
Well, my favorite story about Billy is I was back in Expo, and this order for the fish tenders or fish and chips came back. Sub chips, grilled vegetables, and I'm like, who the hell is this for? It's for Billy No Jokes. And he's like, yeah, I go out. I go out and he's eating it. He's like, yeah, I'm eating healthy these days. I'm having
deep fried fish and veggies.
Billy No Jokes. So good.
Yeah, it's a good choice.
So good. So Shags, how about you? What are you up to? Don't make us feel bad either.
Yeah.
No, I mean, not a whole lot.
Saving the world.
The kids' skateboards are finished shaping. I'm just waiting on trucks and wheels now. And then we're halfway through painting our kitchen, so getting there.
So you got into your kitchen remodel because you were bored or what?
Yeah, it's been one of those things that Summer's been asking me to do since we moved in here. And we've been here just over 2 years, so it's about time I should actually start doing stuff.
Instead of building.
I don't do a whole lot of stuff, and then all of a sudden I just get a hair up my ass, man.
Well, I mean, you're building skateboards and guitar box, guitar or whatever they're called.
So now, let me this, though, the skateboard was I built the deck for that skateboard like 2 years ago, and it has just been sitting as a blank deck. So I did half the work about 2 years ago. Now I'm finally finishing it. So that's how my projects work, man.
It's legit.
But yeah, that's pretty much been it.
Billy's all upset. All right, it was chicken. Okay, it was chicken tenders and grilled vegetables. I'm sorry. So it's healthier. Good diet. But never mind. So what have we been up to here? You know, I thought that by this point we'd be in like some sort of groove. And each and every day is insane. It feels like. Well, Esther's the only one really getting paid right now, so she's got to actually work. And so it's been a lot of daddy daycare. I've been getting back into cooking, which is cool. My exercise routine, which I lost when we opened Meyer Live, I've been getting into that a little bit. What else have we been doing? Oh, our rituals. So we'll go for a nightly walk, and we take a shot of apple cider vinegar every night.
Fucking hippies.
That's my life.
That's
Basically my life.
a beautiful life.
I definitely don't feel like I'm not busy. That's what's crazy. I feel like I'm doing something all day long.
Right?
You would think that you would be completely just able to just kick back and do nothing, but I feel like something pops up every other minute that I need to jump on and get done. It's crazy.
Yeah, Ann, don't threaten me, Ann. Don't threaten me.
Yeah, don't tempt him. I saw that video of your dog, Mark. Your daughter and your dog.
Oh yeah,
hilarious. Shabu the sausage.
Shabu is.
There he is. There he is. Shout out Shabu.
I want to meet that dog so bad.
The dog platypus.
It's
the dog platypus.
It's the most popular dog in Ocean Beach because we're in the front yard, it's the backyard, so everyone comes by and just. One time this is a good story. One time my neighbor across the street was on the deck. He's like, "Oh no, what's going on?" There's like 5 cops at the corner of my house, and she's like, she walks over. She's like, "Hey, you guys, everything all right?" And they're like, "Oh no, we were just checking out this dog."
Spectacle.
Oh man.
Great. Okay, first topic, guys. We're gonna do a quick roundtable, and let me shout out the fact that we all decided not to shave until Meyer Live opened back up.
I do want to point out I never agreed to shave when we do open.
Yeah, but look at you, dude. You're even for you.
Where do you think
all the comic
for the beer?
I know.
I just sit over the fermenters and ponder what I'm going to make it taste like, and then it ferments.
Hopefully it doesn't ferment in the beer. So, manscaping. I'm Italian, so obviously there's some manscaping going on. I have to. If I didn't manscape, there would be one full hair that would connect from my ankles all the way through the top of my head and back there. It would just be a full circle. So there's manscaping there, but and I don't know. He said he was gonna jump on. I got a buddy of mine, Dougie Mack. What are you getting emotional about, Mark?
I don't know. I feel great
about manscaping.
Maybe. I like it.
I got a buddy of mine, Dougie Mack, in high school. He's a full manscaper, Irish guy, but dark Irish guy. So he had some hair, Boston kid. And he was a full manscaper in high school, and everybody make fun of him. He's like, "Dude, I'm full manscaper, like full the nether parts, everything." He's full manscaping in high school. Everybody make fun of him, and I feel like I got to a point maybe in like in college, where I was like, he's onto something with the manscaping deal.
Yeah.
That's when you really started checking them out.
Silky pillows, dude.
I think I told you guys in the beginning, if this was a back of the neck hair competition, I feel like I could win it all day. For some reason, I'm pretty much a hairless person. Except back here, Stacy's turned into head of back hair relations. She's got to take care of back there.
Head of back hair relations.
Tough job. Somebody's got to do it.
Oh man.
I'll be honest. After you mentioned it, Shawnee obviously making me mention it, I'm pretty sure. No, there's probably 2 or 3 times a year where any other manscaping goes on. It's usually when we're going to go on vacation and go sit by public people, and I'm not trying to offend anybody. So at that point, do a little touch up job there, get everything migrated from the north down as you get older. So,
yeah, dude. It's all in the places they didn't have it before. That's for sure.
Hair gravity.
For sure. During the summer, just keep it clean, keep it close shaved. That way you're not sweating all over the place.
Shout out James in the house.
What up, James?
What up, son?
Jiggy jam on it.
And Shaggy, I'm guessing you've never manscaped a day in your life.
No, dude, I mean, back in high school, I never used to be able to grow anything. Like I had long hair, but like my face was, dude, 9 months and it'd be like peach fuzz. No, and then I mean once a year for my wife's birthday in July is like I'll cut the hair nice and not like clean shaved, but like trimmed shaved. So that's like once a year I get a trim. But
well, you said because your wife was like she wouldn't kiss you or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm getting that from Esther. She's like,
yeah.
You gotta do something with this.
When you start puckering and it like flares out at her, she's like, nah, I'm done.
freaking disaster.
Well, and it's like, dude, I mean, you can see that widow peak coming on, man.
Let me see.
It's a widow's
I don't think
cul-de-sac.
I've ever seen you without a hat on.
Yeah, I mean, there's two reasons. Is I have just crazy hair, and then the widow's peak, man. Like, so I'm growing my hair out as long as I can for as long as I can. Because once it stops growing, it's off, and I'm done with it. But
I got the yarmulke.
the yarmulke.
It's just like right here. Yeah, I don't know. And Ryan wears a hat a bunch too. Mark, you're fine, dude. You got more hair than all of us.
I know.
Right.
Yeah, my whole head's a cowlick. And like right at where your yarmulke is, I get what looks like a weather
Hurricane.
station had like a hurricane, like it's like a perfect hurricane swirl. They take a satellite shot from. It's pretty amazing. So
Yeah, I had to do a little trim just around the mouth. You know, you start getting the hair where you're like, "Is there hair in my food?" Oh no, it's just your mustache.
I got to do the neck too. It gets too itchy.
Yeah, around the neck.
Yeah. I know this.
Mary.
Oh,
man.
Mom's getting ready to something.
Oh, Bobby. Sir,
dude,
if anyone's come out to Meyer Live and seen Bobby,
this is where we should have had the guest of Bobby on.
We should have doubled up guests for sure.
How to shake a cocktail and manscape featuring Bobby.
The guy wears pants shorts, and it looks like he's got pants on. I mean, he'll give me a run for my money.
Are you wearing wool leggings?
Oh man!
All right, what do we got going on next? PPP. So I'm gonna set this a little bit. So if you guys don't know, the PPP program is through the CARE Act. It's the Paycheck Protection Program, and the initiative is to get people back to work, specifically in hospitality and restaurants, but just across the board. And Mark and I have been intricately involved in the program and researching the program and whatnot, and applied for the program. And last week we found out in applying for the program for Meyer Live that the money ran out, and we were not one of the 6% of businesses that applied that got funded. So 94% of businesses that applied did not get funded. From the what was it, 300 million
and
300 billion?
60,
no, a million.
Yeah, like 66 or 67% of those that got funded were publicly traded companies.
So there's a lot going on, right? So I think, some people probably read that Ruth Chris Steakhouse got like $20 million. Potbelly got like $10 million. Shake Shack got what, 10 million or whatever. So the initiative was really, in theory, at least, without getting too political on this thing, in theory, was to go to small businesses, and obviously businesses and entrepreneurs find ways and loopholes to make things happen. And so those things had happened, and there were hundreds of thousands of businesses that applied to this program. Some applied for $10,000. Some applied for $20 million. I mean, it just varied. And so the reports came back about 6% of those businesses that applied got funded. And so, last week, Mark and I were obviously disappointed. I don't know, shocked, disappointed, what have you. And we began to dig into the program and began to continue to talk to people and the whole thing. So I think you guys have seen the Senate has approved another $300 billion. It's weird how we're throwing out the B word now, isn't it? The T word, the trillion word, and the B word. It's like crazy. But $300 billion, and of that $300 billion, about $60 billion is going to go to unincorporated and super small areas, and the other amount's just kind of going to go into the kitty. But the deal is we originally applied with a big bank, and unfortunately, from what we're hearing, what we're reading, big banks are serving their big clients, of which we are not one. Right now, maybe in the future, But after a lot of research, a lot of calling, and Mark has done hours and hours and hours of work and applications and the whole thing, we found a couple of community banks and reapplied through these community banks. And in theory, the community banks are going to champion kind of the small guys a little bit more. And we hope in the next week or two for us that we will hear some good news. Now, the news out is that $300 billion is going to go in 48 hours. As crazy as that sounds. Whether that's true or not, who knows? But for us, the information we want to share with the bunch of crew that we're on here is, Mark and I are day to day, are live, and a lot of other companies and restaurants that we're talking to are day to day with the whole thing too. And we hope to get some good news, and we hope to get things on the board. One of the great things that happened last week is the city of San Marcos is committed to supporting us. So we have their support, which is huge. And we hope that the PPP program and the support from the city of San Marcos kind of gets us over that hump. As far as timeline, Mark, what do you think?
Yeah. If I knew timeline, then I would be the smartest guy in the world right now, I guess. Right?
You have more knowledge than anybody right now, dude.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, when are people going to be comfortable getting back out, I guess, is the question. Yeah, it's tough. I mean, it's further on that PPP, they said that they ran 14 years of applications in under like a week. 14 years worth of applications under a week. So just to give you the magnitude of what that is, we're hoping that we're still active with the big bank. Apparently, we're all good to go. But we've also looked some other directions too. Our POS company Toast has been super proactive in reaching out and keeping us informed, and has partnered with the bank to help their clients, hopefully able to succeed on the PPP. So, yeah, I mean, there's, as far as timing, there's whatever the middle ground is, because I'm definitely not on board to open too soon. I think we would just be cannibalizing ourselves, and I definitely don't want to open too late. So it's like, where's that middle ground that could put us in a successful place? I mean, what I am excited about, and what I am feeling confident about, is that I do know that the Meyer Live community, once we do move forward, is going to be there to support us and make sure that we are there for the long haul. So.
Yeah, and for everybody out there, if you're a small business or work for a small business or whatever, this idea of trying to support community banks, and really, after what's happening now, big banks are getting sued and the whole thing, and so there feels like there's this movement to community banking. And to be honest with you, Mark and I have talked about it, and it's like, it feels better to go with a local bank, a regional bank that knows you, knows your people, knows the community and the whole thing, and rather than getting lost in the shuffle. And it feels obvious now, but previous to something like this, it's not. It's just natural to go to a larger bank and the whole thing. So, but either way, for you guys, PPP program, you should see within the next day or two, there should be some big news. Congress and the president should announce the passing, and then all of these loans go to the SBA, and hopefully, knock on wood, Meyer Live's one of the ones. that gets approved, and once it gets approved, we're full motion. We're actively moving, and in the meantime, we have Plan B's and Plan C's together. So hang in there, hang tight. If you haven't applied for unemployment, do so. Please do so. It's there to help for these situations, and yeah, we're right in the boat with you. I read something earlier that was like, yeah, we're in the same storm, but everybody's in a different boat. You know, everybody's got their own issues and own situations, and you know, I got a 1-year-old, and Mark has an orphanage, and
The only thing that I can say that to, talk to our staff and everyone that supports us about is that you've got, between Jamie and I, you have two people that are fully utilizing their OCD to make this happen again. So that's it.
including this broadcast.
Yeah.
So moving on. We wanted to have some fun with and talk about a little bit with the protesters. So as you guys know, there's a lot of arguments between should we open up, should we not open up, not just Meyer Live, but the economy and everything else to go along with it. And so I want to just do a quick roundabout. Oh no, I'm going this way. Quick roundabout to Rye and Shaggy and Mark. Where do you guys stand with like this whole idea of reopening things and reopening economy based on where we stand, the whole thing? Right.
Yeah. Man, I have a lot of feelings about it, but bottom line, everyone's entitled to their own feelings or opinions and exercising what they want to an extent. As far as opening, Mark and I, we had talked a little bit before the show. He kind of said it like, let's not rush into getting out and opening up the economy that could actually ultimately fail worse. It's like I said, like, here's your race car, but it only goes 50 miles an hour. Like, you don't have a full tank. But everybody has their own agenda and everybody has their own feelings. I'm with Mark finding that sweet spot. I can't understand people that think it's a hoax, or people, I sent you that message. It's like, oh yeah, let's just call the coronavirus and be like, hey, do you think you could stop for a little while so we could open back up? Yeah. My feelings are, I'm an over precautious person. I'm a very big planner. I would rather be way overly prepared to do this and risk some stuff than risk lives and risk everything to try and rush.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is what Ryan was talking about. This was a little commentary here. I'm gonna move this banner. Hold on a second. Yeah, right.
I'm grabbing a beer real quick.
Little commentary. Americans need to know a day when this will end. The uncertainty for the businesses, parents, and kids is just not sustainable. And this call to activism. Hi, Laura. I just spoke with the coronavirus. It told me it will stop killing people on Thursday, April 16th at 1 p.m. The virus is asking if that works for you, or would you like them to move it to noon? And here's the deal. It's that's the reality of this uncertainty. I mean, it is completely the reality of this. But I don't know. Shags, how do you feel about this thing?
I mean, not to get too political, I have a lot of political stances that are conservative, liberal, libertarian mostly. So like my initial thought is like, it does suck for the government to come out and be like, you can't go to the beach, you can't go surf, you can't do this, you can't do that. It's like, it's kind of scary to a certain degree. At the same time, I'm not a doctor or anything like that. So it's like, there's scary stuff going on. Like, you can't be stupid and uncautious about things, man. Like that, I don't know. That's where I'm at. I'm like right in the middle of like, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that's pretty much where I'm at.
Well, Shaggy, you are a doctor of beer.
No,
Yeah,
definitely not.
PhD.
No, it's like I understand the precautions and stuff like that. Where it's, I mean, essentially, it's the old thing of people ruin everything. So it's like,
Right.
I
You can't have nice things. Nobody can have nice things.
You guys realized that as soon as we opened, man. People were tagging up, kids were tagging up your playhouse, and people throwing stuff everywhere. It's just people are savages, man. But no, it's like like I said, my thought is like I would love to go surfing right now when it's not busy at the beach. I get why it is shut down because people suck, and there'd be 200 people on the beach having a party because they're stuck at home. Might as well go have their picnic that they've always wanted to do. And it's essentially that whole thing is like people suck, they ruin it. I get the isolation practice. I'm really hopeful actually that a lot of this stuff carries on after this is all over. Because I really don't like to be crowded by people. Like, stay 6 feet away from me at the grocery store. Like, this whole contactless stuff where I have to interact with the most minimal amount of people possible is great. I love it. So that's where I'm at it.
That's where, Mark, where are you at? Because you're at the beach towns. You're at OB, and I feel like the beach towns, man, people are just like, F it. Like,
well, I mean,
everybody says F it in OB, dude.
I can turn my computer and towards the street right now, and you'll see 7 million people walking by right now.
Turn it. Let's see it. Turn it. Let's see it.
Are they masked and they don't give crap on? Don't give a shit.
Do they have masks on?
But it's interesting because my thoughts is that especially with some of these places in the country that are like the governors are like, let's just open up, and move forward. There, part of me is kind of like, well, let's, at least there'll be some kind of test place to tell us how what happens. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Selfishly, it's kind of like, all right, well, let's see if you guys just open. What is it? What happens? Like maybe that's an indicator.
I'm not against beaches and parks at all either. I mean, I think that the public controlled places, playgrounds, that's another story for kids. I don't think if you're not stupid enough to take your kid onto a playground, I don't think it's an issue anyways. But no, I agree with you. If people can do it and get out and actually control themselves, but regardless, like Shaggy said, you're going to have the people that are like, this isn't a real thing. It's all hype. Let's go. 24 years old.
It's 5G, man. It's 5G.
5G. Yeah.
Here's my thing. Here's my thing about it. In San Diego's actually opening up some parks, like community parks, and
Balboa opened.
Well, like a portion of Balboa. But my thing is like, S and I would walk. We walk by, a park, actually two, because Lake Miramar and the other park, and there's already people in there, and it's closed. So now you're reopening it and being like, okay, stay 6 feet apart. It's like people weren't even following it when it was a mandate. What makes you think that people are going to follow it when it's not? And the argument is like, well, I'm safe. Well, okay, you're safe, but there's a lot of other people that aren't. To me, I don't know. I see the side of it that says like, oh, it's scary because our I don't know. Our rights are being, maybe compromised or something along those lines. But on the other side, it's like, yeah, but there's so many people out there that just don't give an F. Like you saw on Mark's computer. Like they just don't give an F. Like they'll just do it because they do it and they want to do it. And similarly, here's a picture up on the screen. Here was a protest in Encinitas. There was a protest in the city of Encinitas to open up the beaches. And Encinitas has been one of the places where people have just gone and done whatever. Walk on the streets, whatever. And there's people protesting to open the beaches, which, listen, so I get it sucks, man.
But, well, no, let me jump in real quick.
Please.
So the beaches are closed, but the boardwalks are not. So, like, I drove by the beach a couple weeks ago. We had some stuff to deal with in Oceanside, so we were down there, and we drove just down the coast because I love driving on the coast and take Coast Highway back. The boardwalk was twice as busy as usual because nobody's allowed to walk on the sand. Like, so that's where it should kind of be the general practice of the social distancing. Like, I get it. Stay the fuck away from me. I'll stay the fuck away from you. That's totally cool. But it's like they take the sand and the acidic water away, so now you have to stand on that 4-foot sidewalk, and now you just got to walk by 400 or 500 more people that would be halfway on the beach. And like, I get the end goal, but like, it's government, man. They fuck up everything. They fuck up everything. You can't even pour gas out of the gas can properly anymore.
Gosh.
Well, and it's interesting too that like how this is being, you know, it's not being treated as on a national level. It's being treated on a state level, and it's not like the coronavirus is like, okay, here's the border of California. This is how we're going to react in this border of California, and then the state next to us, Arizona or wherever it is, like we're going to react this way. This is you know, there's no like barrier between our states, you know,
Yeah.
which is so crazy. And like, is it to back up a little bit to what Jamie was saying about people doing whatever they want? I live real close to what's a great spot to watch the sunset. And people are getting fined $1,000 for going over there and watching the sunset, which is crazy. So there's definitely some financial restrictions going on in terms of like people not obeying the yellow tape that's all over Ocean Beach. We see cops. I never see cops in OB for some reason, unless you're in downtown OB. But like we're seeing,
or somebody's getting stabbed, whatever.
Yeah, like in front of my house, like every few minutes, and they go ticket people for watching the sunset. You know, like it's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, my deal is there's people losing their lives. There's people super sick. This thing is real. Guys in DC that are driven by the dollar aren't going to shut down the economy for nothing. And I don't give a shit about your surf session. I don't give a shit about your hike. I don't care. I could care less about you watching the sunset right now. This is real, man. This is real. And I just it frustrates the hell out of me to go through what I know our people are going through, our crew's going through, our business is going through, our loved ones are going through the whole thing, and people just say, "Oh, you know what's more important to me? Surfing and hikes." It doesn't make sense. I don't. It doesn't. That doesn't make sense to me.
I'm not trying to argue at any means to be like, let's open the economy back up and get back at it. What I'm trying to say is like, and Mark can justify this, when we're surfing, we are not like hugging and kissing, man. Like you're a substantial distance apart. Like, so people in apartment buildings, like honestly, if I was to go surfing right now, I'd be farther away from somebody than I would be if I was living in an apartment. So that's
you got to read that scientist from Scripps study though about the
they're talking about the way it travels with the wind current and everything, that it when you're on the water that there's a higher wind current and they can make it travel further distance, I guess is what this scientist is saying, right, Jamie? Is that same article I read?
Yeah, I agree, Karen.
And I do want to say, I am not by any means about like, oh, we're losing dollars. We got to open the economy because some businesses are not happy right now. That's not at all what I'm trying to say. Just saying, this is the perfect time to go surfing.
We're in such a selfish time zone, like time frame right now in life where people, like to Jamie's point, are unwilling unless it affects them. These people, I guarantee you, there's been people that have protested that all of a sudden their grandma gets sick or their mother gets sick and they change their whole tune. And unless it impacts them or affects them, their sunset is more important than their rights. And it's like, you still have rights. Your right is actually helping to protect other people. And it boils down to, like I said at the start, do you care about other people or do you only care about your environment? And, you know, people like Jamie, you know, that we know, like you you actually think about strangers, people you'll never meet. If you actually care about those people, that's how we'll get through this, and just making sure that you actually give a shit about people you'll never meet that live in Arizona, that might have traveled from here, that you could have infected, but you stayed home and you saved a life and you didn't even know it. And people don't give a shit about that. They want to go to the beach and they want to take their hikes, and they want to, use this as a podium for their politics, which is disgusting.
100%.
Soapbox, man.
100%. And speaking with, we're going to transition to some pictures, and I want to thank, I don't know if Haley's still on here, but happy Earth Day, Haley. And I want to thank Haley. Actually, she posted, there's a woman, I think out of Colorado, I don't know her name, but she posted these pictures, or some of these pictures. And then also the San Diego downtown protest. So transitioning from the entitled people in Encinitas to people in downtown that want the economy to open. And so we're going to look at some pictures, and I'm just going to take a quick round table. When you look at these pictures, just give me a quick snippet of what you see. Going to Ryan first. This is the protest in San Diego to open the economy, by the way.
I actually saw this spread as well. I love the people that are wearing masks.
Yeah.
It's so classic.
Shoulder to shoulder with masks.
Yeah. No, I mean, I saw this spread, and I guess my perspective was kind of what some people were commenting is it really seemed like it was aimed at a certain agenda by all the spread. And as you see the photos, it's really heavily on one side. A lot of these people probably, I won't even go there, actually. No.
Can I just go jump in somewhere? Listen to me. If you put a flag on the back of your pickup truck and drive down the road, you're probably a racist. And I want to take back the American flag because I feel like it's turned into this like racist deal where like you drive down the road and it's turned into this racist symbol. And I think we got to take back the goddamn American flag. It's not a racist symbol. And this guy with his hand up, this, deal with the American flag hanging out. This is not us. This is not who we are.
Well, that's what I was going to say. When did coronavirus equal anti-Semitic? That it's crazy. This is just two images. These images are popping up all over the place. It's unbelievable. Like, what are we talking about here? Coronavirus, anti-Semitic. How did suddenly those two things blend together?
Oh, yeah, these are the same people that didn't want Kaepernick to kneel, and now they're standing outside with guns outside of the buildings.
Now they want free speech for everybody, except for it's only you want free speech for what you want to say. And
me, only me.
Both sides of the street, man.
No me, no me.
Shaggy, your thoughts on this one?
I mean, dude, I do kind of semi-agree with the first picture that your mask doesn't work, because I've been into some stores where you're wearing the mask and stuff, and people are wearing bad masks where they're just sitting there playing with their face the whole time. And it's like, at that point, you are not doing anything.
And I can't read what the other ones say.
So the other one says, it's tough to read. Sorry about that. The other one says,
our
right to choose. And that little sign in the back, I thought it said open bitches, but it actually says open beaches.
Oh, well, I mean, yeah, why anybody that goes and protests things like this it's just ridiculous, man. Like, and this is the first group of people where I've seen some signs kind of unrelated to this one, but that has the same wording as like, it's our body, our choice to work kind of deal. This is the same group of people that wants to regulate like women's bodies and their right to choose.
Oh, dude, I'm gonna get there. There.
Okay, we'll hold there.
Yeah, I'm gonna get there later. You're gonna
bad one, man. I could have commented on the ones before, but
you're gonna love this picture.
So
my comment is your mask doesn't work and there's a water bottle laying next to it. It's like that's a pretty expensive water bottle, actually.
Well, no, and I mean it's like it is kind of weird, but now when you see people like I had to wear a bandana to the store the other day, which I totally get, like wearing the mask, like stuff like that. But I was messing with my face more, trying to keep it up, and was like, dude, this is more than I touch my face normally. It was weird. That's all I'm saying. The
mask is not. It's the mask. The reason you're wearing a mask is not to prevent you from
It's
getting
from to spread.
to
Yeah.
other people.
Listen to Mark. His wife's a doctor.
I know. That's why I'm listening.
Yeah, this is true. Well,
This one is classic. I don't know if you guys can read the sign, but I'm going to read it for you. Pelosi eats her ice cream in $1 million mansion while we go Hungy, Hungy, impeach Pelosi. And then the other one's Open Caliph.
I like it. I don't even know where that's at.
My comment on the first guy is there an ice cream shortage? I mean, I know there's toilet paper and flour and paper, but is there an ice cream shortage that I don't know about? That Pelosi's got this $1 million ice cream that she's eating. I'm not familiar.
That used to be like the 1% elite thing was they used to hoard wines, like $100,000 bottles of wine. Now it's ice cream, dude. We got to get on this train.
Yeah. Guy probably delivers weed for Green Spot or something. Like, come on, bro. Like,
and listen, has anyone here ever eaten thrifty ice cream?
Oh, the best.
Oh yeah,
it's the cheapest and the best. So I feel like I want to reach out to this guy and tell him he should go get some thrifty at Rite Aid.
I'll buy it for him.
And then Open Caliph. I mean, this lady's a little bit of an overachiever, I think. She should just put Open CA, right?
She probably got to CALIF. Oh, boy. She's like, I ran out of fucking time. Fucking Caliph. Maybe it says Orny on the back or something.
This one hit me hard, though.
Oh, the kid.
Yeah, this one hit me hard. I mean, listen to me. You feel the way you feel, but you're bringing your 2 infants out. Oh God, man, that one hit me hard. I got a 1-year-old at home, and I was just thinking about it.
Dude, that's what. So Summer was talking about this. She went to the store the other day. She mask, gloves, the whole 9 yards kind of deal. And there's families in there. Parents are done up 9 yards, and the kids
are not.
It's whatever. No mask, no gloves, just doing their thing, touching everything, licking shit, throwing stuff everywhere. It's like, if you're gonna do it, why wouldn't you do it for your kids? Like,
I know.
I don't know. I'm going back to the same thing, man. Is people suck.
Well, the other thing about this is, like, we're talking about opening the economy. We're also talking about, I don't know, family first and life and the whole thing. And this woman's got her 2 infants out here, not only on the sidewalk, but I don't know if you can see in the second one, but she decided to bring her 2 infants out in the median of the road in downtown.
Oh, gosh.
So, there's that.
Just saying, I am also, with my pretty libertarian ideals, like, Darwinism might need to make a comeback.
Yeah.
I think it is making a comeback.
Touche.
So this one, again, you're involving the kids. You can't see, but homegirl in the back of the truck has got the MAGA hat on, and she's all about opening the community. One of the things that struck me here is mom and the daughter on the right-hand side there. It's a pretty epic. I don't care your political taste. It's a pretty epic sign. Newsom's a commie. It's great, man.
I mean, we're in the McCarthy era, man.
Say what you want about Newsom. I mean, I think he's done a pretty excellent job. As far as with what's going on with California, I think he's done a pretty excellent job.
Who's Edward? Ha ha, home chick. Infectious disease. Sure. Very true, Bobby. Very true.
Newsom is a commie.
Here we go.
Man.
Here we go.
Oh, there it is.
I'm circling back to you, Shaggy.
Yeah, I mean, it's literally they're using the same tagline that most people that are out there trying to like fight to reopen this are using the same tagline that they Yeah.
that they fight against.
Yep. Where it's
So redundant. It's so
the pro-life agenda is very much using the same argument for.
So wait a second. Let me ask you this question. I'm serious about this because I've been looking at, I've been looking at this and I'm confused in some ways. So she's obviously pregnant. I don't know if you guys can see it, but in the big slide you can see it. She's obviously pregnant, and she's holding a "My Body, My Choice" #freedom. Is she a pro-lifer doing a satire, or is she a hippie using the same argument? Not a hippie, but you know what I'm saying? Like a person who's pro-choice using the same argument about Corona.
yeah,
That's
it's her
what I'm
choice
confused
to
about
get.
here.
It's her choice to get sick if she wants to.
Platform.
Say again?
She's using a platform to try to push a platform. You know, like it's totally unrelated. You know, like what does this have to do with what's going on with our economy and coronavirus and what's going on in these hospitals and everything? Like it's like, hey, here's an opportunity for me to try to use a platform to push a completely different platform. You know what I'm saying? Like it's.
So do you think she's a pro-choicer using the pro-choice argument about Corona?
No, I think that she's using a completely separate argument about pro-choice, and knowing that there's all these people around to now push an agenda that has nothing to do with what's going on with the economy.
Yeah, the ones that I've seen with all this are like "My body, my choice to work," and it's like, it's my
100%.
choice if I want to work to get the like kind of deal. And yeah,
But my confusion on this whole thing is, are you a pro-lifer now saying that you're pro-choice because you want to go back to work?
oh, that's probably what it is. I mean, 99% of the people are probably anti-abortion, but they want to have the choice with their own body to go back to work. Like that's
the best part is you're affecting everybody else. This isn't your choice to go out. That's like if you wanted to walk out in front of a firing squad, cool. That's your choice. You're the one getting shot. You go out, you get sick, you spread this. It's their body, your choice. Like, how does that work? Like,
yeah,
I just think a lot of the arguments is like, you know, for folks going out and that agenda are pro-life agendas, right? And if you're pro-life, then you should want to stay home and put a mask on and protect your child and do things that are pro-life. If you're pro-choice, then give everybody that opportunity. This is where I'm confused about this picture.
yeah.
Ed's got a great question. Do we think the weather heating up is going to affect COVID?
well, I mean, they've done studies saying that it does die in UV. Every bacteria dies in UV and stuff, but like this is like every other known flu virus on the end that he's saying there is this isn't like every other flu virus. I mean, granted, if you want to go down the conspiracy route, there are every 4 years during an election year, there is a big virus that comes out or something that takes distraction away from the masses. But this is also one that originated from.
I did say homegirl.
Started from animals, jumped to people in a very short time, and it's now like it's a very fast moving one as far as like everything that I've kept on is like the mutation that it has is what's scary. And I'm no expert, dude. I'm a dummy. I brew beer for a living. I have friends that are doctors, and I talk to them, and my friends that are doctors are like, don't be an asshole, take this seriously. And I'm like, cool, I will listen to my friend doctors who spent years going to school for this. So
yeah.
I'd love to have the wifey, Stacy, maybe next week come on and give her viewpoint because she's a doctor and you know, honestly, like it everyone's confused whether you're a doctor or you're not or whatever. There's a lot of confusion on what's going on and what this is right now. You know?
But getting back to heating up, I mean, he's asking about the weather, and Shaggy, to your point, yeah, bacteria, viruses, the whole thing. You know, my sense of it is that I don't know if it's going to make a huge difference. I mean, I don't know if it's going to make a huge difference.
Too is that when this first thing went down and went public, I think Trump said that don't worry about it. When the weather heats up, we'll be good to go. So I think that's what he's referring to.
Oh man.
All right, let's see what this says. Greg's going deep on us. Abortion, blah, blah, blah. If you got out and infected a hair appointment, come home. Guess what your family is like to catch this. Right? I think we're all on the same page.
Yeah.
Shaggy, the big question is, will the weather heating up affect your brewing?
I mean,
Yeah, Sharon, coming in hot.
if the warm weather cures all this shit going on, then it definitely will. Because if it warms up and I'm able to brew again, then I'll be able to brew beer again.
How does it affect your barrels if it gets super hot?
Well, I mean, that's why I got them sitting in the nice, cool AC. They're protected, man. They're my babies.
Perfect.
I am excited for them, though. I'm hoping to open up with a couple. Reopen. Grand reopen.
Hey, real quick on a lighter note, because I do not want to forget this. Happy birthday, Kevin Polito.
Kevin Polito bounce house.
Is this his real birthday or one of the fake
right?
birthdays that we hear about fairly often?
That's been the running joke. He had 28 birthdays, and it's really his birthday.
It's really his birthday? Kevin, happy birthday.
Happy birthday, KP.
Let's see, where we got? Happy birthday, Kevin. Oh, this is Haley. Happy birthday, Kevin.
It's still Haley.
Yes, Haley.
Happy birthday, Kevin.
Take a shot of Fireball for me.
All right, moving on. This is in Denver, Colorado, guys.
Love it.
There was a protest in Denver. Nurses in Denver stood in front of the cars and protested to show that this is a serious thing.
Yeah.
I mean,
this is the most impactful image I've seen come through social media was this right here. Because these are the people that are putting their lives on the line every day, and to see all these people out and about, not taking this seriously, it's just, this for me was like what had the biggest impact for me as far as what's going on right now.
yeah, because Stacey also is in the midst of it on a day-to-day, right?
Yeah, she is. She's there right now. Yeah.
Yes.
As Mark's drinking a beer on the live stream.
Yeah. Like, cool.
And I'm managing 4 kids and doing school all day, so I'm paying my dues too.
Oh man.
Yeah. Change that shirt from saying USA to just me. That's what they should all say. Just me.
Man, I just, these nurses and these doctors and everybody that comes out, and the fact that, there's still people out there that think this thing isn't serious and whatever. Listen, there's no conspiracy theory. And if there's anything else, let's take the medical piece out of it. Let's just talk about the economic and the dollar piece. You really think these dudes in DC are going to shut down the strongest, if not the strongest economy in the complete world because of a conspiracy and because it's something that's not going to happen? It's just not accurate. It's just not accurate. We're in it. It's real. Let's be serious about it. Let's be cool about it. Let's take care of our neighbors. Let's take care of our friends and our family. And let's take care of these people who are taking care of us, man. Because chances are it's going to be these people are going to be taking care of, somebody who's close to us. And that's just the reality. And like Kevin, like Ryan said earlier, man, it only hits home when it hits home, right? So until it hits you, do you really need to question this thing? Like, I don't know, man.
I do just want to throw it out there too that, dude, nurses and doctors are a different breed, man. Summer's grandmother was a nurse, and it's a whole different ball game, man. To go into stuff like that and knowing what you're going into, and be able to come out of it and still want to help people, and it takes a different person, man. Ryan and I serve alcohol to people, which makes most people happy. You guys run a business and stuff. Like we're on for a, not a bad way of putting this, but like we're on kind of a selfish like progress in our life.
Yeah, we're not curing
Dude,
cancer.
they're out there every day doing their thing, sacrificing and
100%.
working hard, man.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Im, we love you so much more now that you posted and you tuned into this train wreck. Thank you.
Thanks, Jim.
This one I feel like was a little more serious than all the other ones, man.
Hey, man, listen to me. Listen, information needs to get out there. Like, we need to have these conversations, and like, you know, I get it gets serious in the whole thing, but we're in something serious. Everybody, each one of us is dealing with our own deal, and so, you know, we could talk about manscaping, we could talk about Shaggy's hazies and the whole thing, but at the end of the day, you know, I want to give an outlet to people to kind of come in and talk about things and make comments. Like, you know, here we go.
I mean, it's interesting because here's the, you know, this is what's ironic.
100%, Edward. 100%.
So what's ironic is that when Jamie and I set out to create My Yard Live, you know, our whole vision was that we were going to create a community center, you know, that basically happened to have a restaurant and a brewery, right? And really, really focus on bringing families and people together. And now here we are, and we're having to do the exact opposite. Like, I mean, at the same time, not the exact opposite, because what it has done is pushed us all into spending, you know, more quality time, you know, together with our families and our homes. But at the same time, we were trying to create a space that we could bring all the families together into one space. So it's crazy that like how things have gone so, you know, in complete opposite directions, if that makes sense. You know, it's nuts.
Yeah,
that's what my point is. We'll get back there for sure. We'll get back there. I think we're all jonesing to get back and to hang out and to let our kids run around and just, you know, get back to what the spirit of you know, what My Yard Live was from the beginning.
100%, man. We're at an hour, 2 minutes. Last thoughts, Shaggy.
Last thoughts, man. I mean, why do I gotta go first? I mean, hopefully we're, you know,
I just went.
Yeah, right. Touche. Hopefully we're going, you know, everything will not, and I kind of hope not all this gets back to normal. Like, we needed a shift in how society was going, man. Like, so hopefully this is like a conversation starter of how we can be better and stay away from me a little bit more. Like, you don't need to crowd me at the grocery store. That's personal.
That's my
you know, I don't think, rather than looking on all the negative of like, oh, I've been stuck inside for so long, oh, this sucks. Kind of like, look at the positives. Like, you know, there's been, granted, all the assholes that are throwing their latex gloves on the ground after they're done shopping, like, there's been less environmental impact and stuff like that. Like, I think we should come out of this looking silver lining and enjoy the benefits of what kind of we were forced to look at and keep going with that way. That's my positive note.
100%, right.
Yeah, just next week I will be drinking, so that'll be a lot more interesting. Definitely be drinking next week. I got an idea for that. Shout out to all my buddies. I'm getting pictures of male nurses and doctors over here at Palomar putting on the full-on bubble suits and everything. Shout outs to those guys. And lastly, just sometimes you need to be inconvenienced, and I know it sucks, people, but you're making a difference, and just know that. Every single second you stay home, every single second you wear a stupid mask, and every single second you don't go on a hike or go to the beach, you could legitimately be saving someone's life.
100%, man. And you know, it's funny because, you know, I don't say a year ago, a couple, you know, months ago, when you're walking through the airport and you see, and I don't want to stereotype, but 9 out of 10 times it's the Asian person with a mask, and you're like, man, that's ridiculous. And now you look back and you're like, wow, there was something to that. Like there was some connection to that. And I feel like, if anything, all of this has has brought us back to some primal stuff like eating, spending time with family, like really basic stuff. And I appreciate that in some ways. I think in some ways it's going to recenter everybody, and some people are going to forget, including myself, when we get back into it. But I think this is a great way to recenter and a great way to think about yourself, but you think about yourself in terms of a larger community and a larger effort. And as Mark said, we're going to get back to it at Meyer Live, man. We're going to continue to bring people together. We're going to continue to have fun. We're going to continue to bring entertainment and music and the whole thing. And I can't wait till we get back to that point. And I hope when we do get back to that point, it's slightly different and people are a little bit more enlightened and a little bit more genuine and a little bit more kind and a little bit more patient. And I hope that for myself, and I hope that for everybody else here, except Shaggy, because I know he's going to continue to be a dick. But that's why we love him.
Yes.
No, man, I'm just semi-antisocial.
We love it. That's why we love you.
I'm a very social person, but I also have that very I do minimal or I hit a maximum socialization point and then I just shut down. And then I need a week or two of reset.
We're gonna hug you every day.
We're gonna hug you. We're gonna touch you. Lots of touching. Lots of touching.
Yeah.
My wife calls me a social butterfly, but I also love to just sit inside for 2 days, man.
For the record, I normally come through the brewery door when I come in to my yard live, and Shaggy's normally in there, and the guy always gives me a hug. So don't let him fool you. He does hug,
Oh man, I need social interaction.
I'm glad Haley brought up Earth Day because it's crazy. This might be the cleanest Earth Day that we've seen in who knows how long. I mean,
probably the Spanish flu, man.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. I mean, less cars on the road. I mean, LA apparently has one of the cleanest places in the world right now. Whoever knew that, So I mean, it's weird. There's definitely it's like this catch-22 of hey, we're all staying in our home, but at the same time, we're also not driving our cars and we're not polluting the environment.
Yeah, that's what I mean with the silver lining, man. It's hopefully maybe a lot of places kind of realize you don't need to go to the office every day. You don't need to be commuting from Temecula to downtown San Diego and back every day. Maybe stay at home, go down once a week now.
I agree. I mean, I do my best work when I have my 4 kids yelling in the background about sharing popcorn or I mean, it's insane. When they're back in school, maybe the trick is I am home working sometimes.
He's nailing it.
Oh.
Well, guys, thank you. Guys, I can't wait till next Wednesday. All you guys that tuned in, hung out with us, thank you so much. We were on a little bit of a serious note this week, and next week we'll turn it around, and Mark and Shaggy will be blackout drunk again. Thanks for tuning in. We appreciate you guys. We love you guys, and we'll talk to you soon. Peace.
Peace.